sorry, everyone. This has been like our our 7th or 8th.
I'm going to just record this.
Our 7th.
Record it this time, so go ahead.
Oh, to heck with it. It's been our 7th or 8th take because our dog Toby keeps snoring in the background. And he's so loud, he makes these old man snores. And then Rod just finally kicked him out. And he goes, same way, like you say.
Oh, she likes it when I say bro. She thinks it's funny. Like I'll say, move, bro. He's my little bro. What can you say?
I don't know why it cracks me up. But you know what? I'll take the wins of laughing any day lately. It just cracks me up. Toby's regal name, though, is Tobernickels. Or
no, I like Tobias.
You like Tobias, but anyhow.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. I just wanted to say I'm back. I'm alive. It's good to reach out to everyone. I'm so sorry I haven't been around. Those of you who've been with me, you know, we've been together a long time, and I wanted to update everyone on my progress. But things have been a bit challenging lately. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is a recovery channel where we're trying to promote healing, mental health awareness, and just spread some love, compassion, empathy, and understanding, and keep a safe place for healing. So I've not been feeling well, and I haven't posted the video because I wanted to provide better news or some progress of some kind. But I have not been doing well lately. If you don't know what has happened is I recently had surgery. And those of you who do know me, I'm in recovery from a very severe case of anorexia nervosa, and it has been fraught with constant medical complications and some hiccups, let's just say. But what has recently happened is that I've recently had surgery, and it was for an inferior vena cava filter. And what that is, it's a filter that stops blood clots from going into your heart, like deep vein thrombosis, which I've had in both legs. But the filter I had fragmented, and it's been there for over a decade. And apparently it was puncturing my organs, my intestines, my broken backbone, and it was causing a lot of health complications, even more. So I found someone who was able to remove the filter even though it was fragmented. There's still one piece left. And it was a very challenging procedure. It was outpatient. But here's what happened. After I was discharged that very day, I went back home and, you know, was recovering from the surgery, but was feeling funky. I don't know how to explain it. I just wasn't feeling right. So dispatch came out and they said, oh, you should have been prescribed medication. You have an infection. So I ended up taking antibiotics. And I'm pretty familiar with medical terminology, and I'm in the field of human services, and I love the helping profession. So I knew antibiotics, they kill the bad bacteria, right? But they also kill the good bacteria, which I knew. But what happened was it also took my immune system down. And what I didn't know is that when you have had antibiotics, you can have an overgrowth of certain bacteria. It can happen even months later, and you can contract C. diff. And what happened was if you've had antibiotics, like I said, and your immune system's down, compromised, what happened to me was I ended up getting C. diff. The very thing that cures C. diff actually can cause more of a problem. See, after the antibiotics, I was 7 to 8 times more likely to contract C. diff, and that can be in the soil, in interactions, and things like that. And I ended up having these symptoms. We couldn't figure out what was wrong. I really couldn't keep food in, and I was nauseous, and let's just say food was running through me. Like really running through me. Sorry for the visual. And those of you who know me one of my an unhealthy behavior of mine was not to purge. So I'm like holding on, white knuckling, not trying to, you know, get sick. And like I said, the food's just not been sticking. It's just been going through, and it's been happening all day, every day. So I haven't been feeling well, not even feeling well enough to film. But I'm like, you know what? Even if I look like a hot mess, at least people know I'm okay. I didn't want anyone to worry. So right now, I'm on an upswing where I'm healing from the C. diff. At this point, what happened was my doctor we couldn't figure out what was going wrong, so I had some funky blood work come back. And they ran some tests, and one of my physicians goes, "Do you think it happened, you know, because of the antibiotic they gave you?" And the tests were run, and it turns out I ended up contracting C. diff, which is why I'm sorry to say, but I lost some of my gains I made, some of my good gains, my healthy gains. So it was a bit, I don't know how to put it, it was really hard to come back on camera and to show myself. For me, it takes courage for me to sometimes come out, because I know I'm going to be hit with some negative comments, and I tend to shy away from that. I don't want to put myself out there sometimes when I'm struggling. But you know what? That's okay. This is what this place is for, even if you're struggling. There's not going to be any more warnings. I call it haterade. That's what's been happening from trolls, or, you know, some haterade. When someone's struggling, they don't need to be, you know, to have kind of dissuading comments, condescending comments, you know, just a bit. It can be asinine, you know, at times. And the problem is I don't expect it, because when I see someone struggling, I don't think of, oh, you know, they deserve it. Well, they're not recovering fast enough, or they didn't do what they should do. That doesn't go through my head. What I learn and I think is, well, that person's struggling. How can I help? How can I support them? It doesn't even enter my mind to gaslight somebody. So from now on, I've mentioned to Rod, no more warnings, no more, you know, oh, let's reframe the way your comments are. People know when they're not being kind, and no more. No more haterade. We're putting the kibosh on that. No more. I want you to feel safe. I want to feel safe so I can share, and that we can heal together, because we're better together when we do that. So right now, because I'm on that upswing of, like, I'm starting to get my hunger back, which I'm so grateful for. You have no idea. Eating can be challenging for me, but I am the hardest eater that you will see. I mean, Rod will even say, this is the hardest eaten woman I've ever seen, because it's painful at times for me to eat, and it's hard to watch, to see someone struggle with just getting nutrition. But you know what? I am so grateful that my appetite is back, which is, you know, just a blessing. You have no idea what a blessing that is for me. And the nausea is diminishing, so I'm on an upswing. The very thing that can help C. diff is another antibiotic, but that would put me in another vicious cycle. So instead of getting on another antibiotic, because I rarely do antibiotics, because as we know, we can develop antibiotic resistance. So when we really need it, it might not be effective. And we already get it through our food. So even if you don't take antibiotics, they are pumped into our food. So antibiotic resistance can develop. But the whole point is, if I took it now at this stage, I could drop my immune system again, where I can contract another bacteria, an infection, or a virus. And I don't want to do that. I want to be on the road to really physically making those gains again. And I really am on that mindset of recovery. I'm okay with, I had some body mass before and I was okay with it. And you know what a win was? When I noticed, when I was feeling my body, which I never do, but I'm learning to be kind to my body and learning to not view it as separate from my brain. It's a part of me, you know. Since I've been doing that, I noticed that I lost some of the weight I had gained. And instead of it being a good thing in my brain, it's exactly the opposite now, which shows the change. I was so sad that some of my body mass went away, which was good for me psychologically. But again, it's hard on the body, you know, to lose that much. So because I'm on an upswing and I'm getting my gut microbiome intact, I'm trying to get some more probiotics in to build back that strength so I can continue this process of recovery. And before anybody says that condescending, what recovery? No more, no more. Like I say sometimes, like, it's like Bambi, you know, the little deer who's on ice, who can't stand. Who wants to kick Bambi? That's my mindset. If you know someone's struggling, why would you want to be mean? I'm more about, I'm in recovery from anorexia nervosa. I'm in recovery from ADHD, trauma, anxiety disorder. I have trichotillomania. I mean, the list can go on and on of harmful behaviors that I've done. I've learned, though, that self-care is good. Boundaries are healthy. I'm no longer putting my energy into one-sided relationships. I've learned boundaries. And those boundaries have helped me learn more about me and know what's acceptable, what's not, and how relationships need to be mutual. And you all have been there for me. You've been my hope when things were dark. You've been the light when I thought I didn't have it in me anymore to keep going. That's what you've been for me. So I am so grateful that you are my family. That's why I call you all my family. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. We're like Olive Garden. When you're here, it's family. Everybody's family here. So we're just so grateful that you're here. You're in a safe space to heal. And we'll keep it that way. So for me, what lights me up is you. Another thing, even though I look like a hot mess, I have a spouse who's an artist. Mm-hmm. And he paints my hair.
Set your appointment.
Oh, yeah, I'm setting my hair appointment.
I'll check my calendar.
You best not have anything on that calendar. No, but that's what, you know, my hair, that's what sometimes revitalizes me. It provides energy for me, vibrancy, the color, the diversity.
Reset button.
It helps me so much with life. It's my reset. It's like, okay, now we're back where things are. We're on the trajectory again. So, just out of curiosity, what lights you up? Is there somebody that lights you up? Is there something that lights you up? I'm just really curious. Even if you're already with me and you've been with me, put in an idea of what lights you up. If you're new to the channel, introduce yourself. We'd love to meet you. Put down, if you don't mind, what inspires and energizes you, because you'll find that one of us might enjoy it too. And we all get ideas from each other because we're better together. And I just wanted to say how much I love you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that there's more awareness of mental health. And I'm learning to self-care and love myself and like myself. I like who I'm becoming. And I have many more updates and some good stuff to share that I want to share with you all. But I wanted to keep this a bit more brief and to let you know I'm alive. I'm okay, and just a reminder, stay clutch, poop some unicorns, crop some rainbows, and learn to self-care and love yourself. I am, and I'm getting there.